welcome to this LinkedIn Live. Today I have a special person coming our way. He's been a friend for a long time. He's doing great stuff in Kenya. I'm doing stuff in Ghana, and we kind of just hit on with conversations once a while on what is happening in the Africa continent. He's a gamer. He's a tech guy. He's everything that you will love about esports in Africa. Done some amazing stuff. So today I'm bringing your way something great and something wonderful. I call this Pad and Purpose. The pad as in controller pad, and purpose as in what purpose we have in our lives within video games and esports. So, um, I have with me the wonderful and the great James. Okay, James, you're welcome.
Thank you so much, Kwesi. I really appreciate. It's good to be here. It's an honor being interviewed by what I recognize as my big brother in esports, and I'm just so humbled.
Oh, I'm not a big brother.
Yeah.
I'm just a small boy. It's good to have you, James. And I mean, we've been talking about this for a very long time to jump on a
Yeah.
call, go
Mhm.
live and just check chat on gaming. I mean, how my first question would be, how did you get into gaming? Has it always been part of your life?
Yeah, actually, it has. I have a very interesting story that I started with. How I got into gaming was back in the day, I think it was in the 90s. There used to be this, I call it a brick game device. Uh,
Mm-hmm.
for the international audience, they call it Tetris.
Yeah, yeah.
So, what they used to do was they would, uh, sorry, I think I've lost Brother Kwesi, if I'm not wrong.
I'm still
But
here.
yeah,
You can hear
what
me,
used to
yeah.
happen
You,
was,
I'm still here. I can hear you. So you go ahead.
okay, okay. Yeah, so how I gaming um was the nine there used to be this we call it the brick game device, but for the international audience it's called Tetris. Um I was intrigued by like how um like all those digit what do you call it? The pixels would come
Mm-hmm.
together across like a screen. So yeah, I saw like one, two, three people have it, especially where I used to live back in the day when I was, in my young years, around age 7, and of course, being the son of an African parent, the deal was if I do pass my exams, I will get one. I put in all my efforts to make sure that I'd get that device. And yeah, I think that was the start of my journey into gaming. Yeah.
Oh, awesome, awesome. So your game that really introduced you into the space was Tetris. I think everybody has played Tetris. I think it was on that one color LCD. Yeah,
Yeah.
game controller back then. So I mean, so since then you've been growing. So growing up, I mean, what would be? Can you mention like three of your most retro games that has lived with you? Then you still, I have mine, and that you still want to play after so many years.
Hmm. Uh, that's a good question, and it really throws me way back. Um, I think the first game that comes to mind for me is Mario.
Mm-hmm.
I absolutely love Mario. Mario is just in a class of its own. Um, and how I came across Mario was there was a bootleg like Nintendo device or console that was there back in the day that was developed by, I think it was a Chinese manufacturer back at the time. I can't remember the name exactly, but the name of the device was the Terminator. So what it had was there were some cartridges that you could place on the console. There was like a slot right in the middle of the console.
Mm-hmm.
So you'd place the cartridge inside. And the cartridges that I had, the first one had I think it was like Mario it was 99 in 1 where you'd have to play all the levels from 1 to 100 to save the princess.
Oh, okay. Okay. Um, I think I just lost um, James right there. I mean, this is Africa. We go through some technical difficulties, but still we are having this conversation with or without it. So if you are watching, this is Pad and Purpose, my own LinkedIn video live that I speak to different people. I think James will connect back as soon as he connect back. James was talking about his days, starting it off with Tetris, and then came back to some other games. So I was asking him about his retro games. For me, my retro games of all time, DuckTales, Metroid, Contra, on Game Boy. Those games really. Before then, there were some other games, but I mean, the ones that I really loved was playing DuckTales on Game Boy, because at that time I have this cartridge that I used to exchange with my other friends who also had Game Boy, and I used to, you know, I was in Comty 7, and I have to walk all the way to maybe Comty 10 or Comty 12 to see a friend of mine, Fred, to exchange with his cartridge. So that was really, really some kind of moment for me, just to walk all the way to, and back in the days, it was like that. You have a game, a friend doesn't have it, and then you just have to swap your cartridge with that person, or with that friend who also has a different game. And after you finish playing it, you return it. He will give it to another friend. Oh, another friend will also swap it. So that was kind of a retro um, engagement back in the days for us. It's been a wonderful journey. So I'm still waiting for James. When he logged in back, I'll see what's happening. Okay, let me just try and get back to James. So in order to do that, let's go for a just quick commercial, and when we come back, we'll have James on the call. All right, I'll see you soon.
Like in every relationship, when the talking stage is done, we are down to business. And it's the same with Ghana. Back on your screens once again. Well, I'm so excited to be back on your screens once again. Well, here we are again at the airport once again. There's more international news coming for you from Team Ghana, the e-football team. Well, number one player in the country, Medicine, going to Romania for the IESF Championships. Medicine, Charlie. Right now we're going to call you International Medicine.
Charlie,
Crazy. What's the feeling like? You just dropped like a few hours ago, and you've been making another trip to compete at the international level. How's the feeling like?
It's actually not easy. Dropping today just to turn around, talk with some friends and family, and just turn around here and go back. Like, it's really, really tough. I'm tired, and Charlie. Easy.
What do you think you're going to do differently this time, and then maybe you get different results heading into Romania?
In this tournament, I think I'll perform better than the Afro-Arab sport. So I want prayers from all angles and support also from all angles. I'm actually ready for this.
The esports president of Ghana himself, Mr. Kwesi Hayford, who also just landed from Riyadh, Saudi Arabia. Welcome to the show once again. How is the feeling like right after a few hours we heading to Romania?
This is exactly what we want. We want our players to go international. Professional players don't stay at home grounds. They play international. Right? That's why we call them international. So this is what we want. We want more of our players to go out there and go and play. Sign up to big teams and go and play. And these international stages afford us the beginning entry points, to really empower our youth and you show them what is out there. When they travel, they see a lot of stuff. And then when they come back now, they are able to train and practice and be at the top level. So for me, to land this morning and this evening we are flying out again, this is the epic of esports in Ghana. That look, we are making it and we are doing it. Something good is happening in esports and it starts from here.
Sports show coming to you live from the Kotoka International Airport. Yes, we'll be speaking of how Ghana has to get to the next stage, and well, the time is now. The Valorant female team are here at the Kotoka International Airport, making their way to Saudi Arabia. Before they leave, we had to catch up with them for the last time, and I should call her. Rita, you're welcome to the show. This is the first time I'm speaking to you on the show. How is the feeling like going into this one?
I'm excited. I'm nervous, but mostly excited. I think we're gonna go there and have some fun.
What's the story been like for you for Valorant?
I started playing about a year ago, so I'm not that good at the game, but considering the other girls being super new to the game, I was the one that had to teach them like everything. But we had mad support from Arena 233, a couple people on the Valorant group as well. They came through, they gave us tips, we had one-on-ones with them. It was really some nice community building, so yeah.
What do you think your chances are of maybe making it all the way?
Honestly, the teams look scary. They look very scary. I see a lot of people who know the game. They've been playing for years. So honestly, we're just going to do our best, have some fun. It's our first time going. We'll come back stronger and better next year.
Now, building up to the days, a few days going into it, how are the feelings like? Did the training intensify? What are you feeling like?
Training definitely intensified. We did more work, and I'm proud of where we are right now, because we barely knew the game and we dedicated our time and become good at it.
Wow, you're going to Saudi Arabia. First impressions?
Hi, I'm excited. Feeling pressured but excited.
So what are your expectations going into this one? I know you're going to face other champions from different parts of the world. What are the expectations going into this one?
Well, I've placed my heart into training, so I think I will do my best. Maybe we'll bring some of the money home.
I've heard from your other teammates how they are feeling. Like, is this your first time traveling outside to represent Ghana on the international stage?
Yes, it is. This is my first time traveling ever, so I'm very, very excited.
But you're also going to meet great teams out there. How do you think you score up against them?
I think we're going to do our best. That's all we're going to do. Just try our best.
My volume. I believe we are back. Yes, we are back. Hey James, you can hear me, right?
Yes, loud and clear.
All right, good. African technology, we live through resilience, right? Network
Yeah.
issue, infrastructure issues, a lot of issues. But anyway, we are back. Nothing will stop us from having this conversation. All right, James. So you spoke to us about your days with Tetris,
Yes.
some of the retro games that you've played. So tell us a bit about yourself now. What are you into? What are you doing in the space?
Um, right now, um, I established I'd call it like a technology gaming esports media hub.
Okay.
It's called Player X Africa.
Wow.
It's it's in project phase at the moment because I'm trying a few things here and there. But I have done some few videos here and there on my platforms. It's available on Facebook, Twitter, Instagram, YouTube, TikTok. Yeah. So I'm trying to get back into my content creation roots.
Uh, one of the things that I keep saying is that every gamer is a default content creator.
Oh yeah. Oh yeah.
That's the first step. Every gamer, and the more even we go deeper and become professionals in our space, we become even bigger content creators, like what I'm doing now. I mean, if it's not esports or gaming, I wouldn't know the tools that I'm working with, the software, and all that. But anyway, that's great to hear. Player X, is it on? Do you have social media handles for audiences to follow? Can you mention them?
Oh yes. Oh yeah. Yeah. If you can go to anywhere, all our handles on all social media websites, it's Player X Africa. That's Play then RX Africa.
Awesome, awesome, awesome.
Yes. Yes.
Great.
Yeah.
You did a bit of work with the Kenyan Professional Esports Association.
Yes.
Definitely one of the founders. How did that came about? What was the vision? What was what made it necessitated that you form such a structure?
I'm glad you've asked that question. Um, we felt that there was a very big gap between the, I'd say, the talent itself and the infrastructure to be able to make the talent visible to the non-gaming audience. So we saw it best to try and link the two together. And we know we've had some ups and downs along the road. It's been a good a journey of about, I'd say, roughly 5 years, where we came up with the concept, tried to look for ways in which we can establish ourselves, both, physically, technologically, the equipment that we need to facilitate, the presence of this talent, so that the right audience can be able to see them and also help them from whichever standpoint they're in. And they can help them in very many ways, whether it is financially, technologically, socially, in various different backgrounds. And that's where now the backbone of the association came about. um we were looking for ways in which we can establish these players, these gamers on paper, so that when various institutions look at them, they see their structures. They have a belonging. a place they can call their home, and at the same time, their views can be represented um, to the many people that are actually listening to them. So yeah, it was a long time coming.
Awesome.
Yeah.
I like the fact that um, founders. So how many people like how many founders came together, or if you can mention some of the groups for us like this as an association. When we started, we were like four esports entities. I could mention my own Alesta, Playbox, then for Change, and then Virtual Union. These were esports, grassroots esports organization that came together to form the association. Currently, our members cross over 85 to getting into the hundreds. Now we have different esports entities, media houses, tournament organizers, esports clubs, all as part of the association. For you, how many members kickstart this? Because never, definitely it will start as a small and then grow to become bigger.
Okay. Um, I remember at the very beginning, we had like there were three members, right from the start. Actually, four. We actually had like four members. Um, there was myself. I at the time I was representing an esports team that I had established. The name of the esports team was Tribe Simba,
Okay.
and yes,
Yeah.
the passion behind the name. I wanted to really bring about the Africa in esports, and that's where the name came about.
I think my team back then, Roots, played against you guys either in PUBG. I've forgotten because in one of the conversations they were saying that they played a team called Tribe Simba. But anyway,
Wow.
yeah,
Yeah. Wow, wow. And it
yeah.
was truly
It's
an
been a
honor.
long time. Yeah.
Oh yeah. Oh yeah. I think at the time, there was Tribe Simba, which was represented by myself. There was Alpha Clan Esports that was represented by my dear brother Nick Kibe.
Yeah, Nick.
Uh, yes, there was Nick Kibe. Then there was Magdalene Mumbi. The two of them were from Alpha Clan Esports. That was another esports team. Then the last member that we had was there was Douglas.
Oh yeah,
Douglas Ogeto.
yeah.
Yes. Yeah, so the membership composed of those four people. Then over the course of time, we started to look for other people who had similar interests, uh, with a genuine purpose to actually help the community. That's how
Awesome.
we came across Quincy, who was a very passionate gamer, and then as well as Stacy. Stacy, the one of the most vibrant legal person I know and I've come across, that's very passionate about esports. So the outfit now was composed of six people. Um, of course, especially with such an organization, you have to be very careful who you let into the circle, because they also have to have a genuine purpose to help the people. So we were very careful as to whom, we let in that circle. And I believe it's very important because, one bad apple can spoil the whole. So it's always good to uh, be a kind-hearted, genuine person, with a passion to help the people, uh, in the field of esports. So that's how
Awesome.
it came up. Yeah,
Awesome, awesome.
yeah,
Definitely, yes. There's always two sides to the coin. There's,
yeah.
and as you rightfully said, there's always that bad apple. But I mean, we won't go into that. Today is about Kenya. I think that Kenya has played a very significant role in esports development in Africa. I together one of the greatest esports personality in Africa. His name is not mentioned that much. He's called was Nathan. Nathan.
Yes. Oh my.
So a lot of people do. I said, I will keep saying that if you don't know the history in Africa esports, you will forget. And sometimes that's the thing that we get to, that we forget how we have come so far. Everybody is talking about esports in Africa, thinking they know, but where did it start from? Who are the people behind who really created? I remember AEC in the first AEC, the Africa Esports Championship, was done in Kenya, the physical event. We're supposed to bring all the countries to Kenya. And even though we didn't get all the countries, Kenya said, we're going to do it. That's where we brought Tilo from What's Good. Douglas was part. I myself was part. Emmanuel from Nigeria was part. But that whole conversation of bringing all the, even now, the ACDS came out of AEC, because AEC started bringing all the countries together, and it was Kenya that spearheaded it. Kenya said, we will host AEC. And I remember it was Tekken and I think EAFC. I still have videos from AEC. From AEC, we did a lot of interviews. So Kenya has played a bit of role. But shout out to Nathan.
Oh yeah.
I've forgotten the surname. But Nathan really did good work, because he was, at that time, Nathan has been to Evo in US. He was there. So shout out to Nathan. I know he's working for Apple now. We don't talk about it. But once in a while, he reach out to make us know that he's still, he's a father of esports in Africa. One of the greatest individuals, and it's because it was his ideas, his documentation, his, he had all the paperwork. He had everything. Nathan has planned like 20 years ahead of time. And even up to today, the documentation that he did still stands strong. And I really appreciate that. I don't know, but he's a great guy. So, what do you think? The genesis of AEC, that metaphors into even the African esports.
Would travel once in a while, just contribute ideas where I know there is the difficulty of traveling. And just when I went and saw physically, like, what the ideas, the discussions, the efforts that were put to actually make that event come to fruition, it was magnificent. It was amazing. And if anything, I think, just as you've said, Nathan is, if I can say, one of the most underrated figures in esports in Kenya and even East Africa itself. And I think he deserves much more praise for the work he has done. He has been in the space for years. I remember I was in some of his events back in the day when even I was just starting to get into the events management space.
Mm-hmm.
But Nathan really made me saw things from a different light. I would sit down with him. He would show me one or two things that he's working on, he's discussing. I was very passionate, and I'd go to each and every one of his events just so that I could soak up the experience, the ideas, the knowledge that he has. And I'm even lost for the best description of words I can have. But Nathan is just
Yeah,
he's just a
yeah,
brilliant mind. Yeah.
yeah. I mean,
Yeah.
he's. I don't think that as you rightly said, is very
Yeah.
has been given his flowers that much. I mean, if there
Yes.
is any awards, esports awards in the near future, lifetime
Yes.
awards, it should go to him first because a lot of us are here because he also help us to champion the dream, help us, and I can't miss words by saying that the AEC bringing people together. I know it was Nathan who helped brought Tilo from What's Good on board. I didn't know Douglas. He brought Douglas together and helped us establish everything. And I think that is done a great work. I mean, let's move on. What is your perceptions about associations and federations in Africa? Because for me, we need associations to be there.
Yeah.
Federations, yes, they tend to work more with government, policy making, and stuff like that. And in Africa, you need the association as a trade union to work with the grassroots, whilst you need federation. So there shouldn't be any battle between.
Federation is like a representative of the government itself. So